So, yeah, I've actually brought myself to do something today, so that's cool. And it is going to be a simple video. It's a bit overdone, but I'm going to be, I'll do a tier list of all the Fortnite seasons. We're almost at season 8, which is going to be amazing. And I've talked about what I want to see in season 8 and like my theories and stuff. So I wanna like rank all these seasons and just look back, because some are better than others, but overall I have liked every single one of them. Like they are all really good. But yeah, just let's get started anyway. So chapter 1, season 1. I did actually play during this time, but I didn't play that much, so I don't really remember much other than, well, what I know from the gameplay. It was very simple, just Battle Royale, really. Nothing else, nothing really unique about it other than world building. And that was all there really was to it, I guess, just a pretty normal map. Pretty small, loot pool. It was still fun, but I think it deserves I guess B. I don't know. I didn't play it enough to really judge it that well, but I'll just put it in B. I'll do it in order actually as well. Chapter 2, season 2. Again, I didn't really play too much during this time. But it did. This was around the time the game started. Actually, no, it was season 3 the game started blowing up the most. But I'll put season 2 in A. Similar thoughts about it to season 1. We did get the map update during this season, where we got Tilted, Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, the Sport Place, Shifty Shafts. God, I miss Shifty. I wish we had a location like that these days, but yeah. I'm very sad though, I did not get the Black Knight. Still haunts me, always will. Season 3, now this is when the game started blowing up a lot. And this is the first season I actually did play a lot, I would say. And we got the hand cannon. The hand cannon used to be like my absolute favourite weapon. These days, it is in the current season we're in now, but I don't use it all that much. I guess it's just, I've moved on to other weapons. We also got LMGs. I didn't like LMGs much, but they were fun, just not that good of a gun. Except at close range, they were actually quite good at close range. Let's say season 2 goes in A, I guess, maybe. We also had, this was actually the first time we had a battle pass that went up to tier 100. And we got the Walmart version of John Wick here, and what else? Oh yeah, this is when the storyline started. That's a bit important. That's quite important. Near the end of season 3, it started the whole meteor hype. That was such a cool time, where everyone was looking at the meteor saying it's going to hit Dusty. No, what am I? People said it's going to hit Tilted, but then actually hit Dusty. And some guy actually leaked that it was going to hit Dusty before season 4, and yeah, that happened. And there were all these cool theories. It was cool to see the story start. Then we've got season 4. Where is season 4? There it is. Season 4. Season 4. I've got to think a lot about this one. Let's say, I think that season 4 deserves S, I guess. Why do I keep rhyming? In this season we got progressive skins, like you upgrade them, which is both a blessing and a curse, because blessings is really cool. Curse because I didn't finish Omega, and that very And that's another thing that will haunt me. I hate that I didn't finish Omega. It's so cool. As well as that, we got, well, the meteor crash. That was one of the first big map changes, other than I guess the map update I just mentioned. We got, oh yeah, like the first time seeing that crater was mind blowing. We got hot rocks. This is when the game really started to go, like, first started to get a bit crazy and do all these different things, like, yeah, hot rocks with anti-gravity. That was cool. We'd never seen anything like that before. We got dual pistols, and I miss when dual pistols were in epic and legendary. Those, they just look so cool. Those things deserve that status. We got the drum gun, which at the time I hated. I did not want that thing in the game. Looking back though, I miss when that thing was actually really powerful. I mean, it's just a cool weapon, you know. We also got, we got loads of different cool skins in the shop. And of course, how could I not mention the first ever live event? We had the rocket blast off, and we kind of got the whole 7 storyline going, and yeah. And also a little detail in the event that I never even really noticed was that when the rocket went up into the sky and was about to fall back down, you could hear the visitor like talking, and he said 0 point oscillators on. And the 0 point, we did not even know about the 0 point until Season 8 in the unvaulting event. So that just shows that they do plan quite far ahead with the story. That's cool. And yeah, well, just the fact the event even happened was cool. Though these days, yeah, the rocket event isn't actually that impressive. Well, it still is, it just isn't much compared to the other events. Alright. What is next? Season 5. So this is going to be an interesting one to rank, because where is it? Chapter 1, Season 5. Oh, there it is. We used a bit of a confusing picture for Chapter 1, Season 5, but yeah, this one's going to be interesting to rank, because at the time, this was my least favourite season, I think. And the reason for that was because of the whole SMG meta that was going on at that time. And I just thought that was really annoying. It was just spam. Shotguns basically had no place in the game. You could just get instantly destroyed in a fight, and there wasn't really anything you could do about it. And yeah, I didn't like that about it. But other than that, we got our first new biome, which was a really cool addition to the map. We had the desert, so yeah, that was cool. We had, what else was there? We had Ragnarok in the battle pass, more progressive skins, you know. Oh, I love Ragnarok. When I saw Ragnarok for the first time, favourite skin. To this day, I don't know if it's my favourite skin still, but it's great. I will put Season 5 in A, I guess? What else? Oh yeah, we had 80Ks! That was the first, like, actual, like, motorised vehicle, I guess you could say. So that was really fun. Yeah. Also, this was when the cube came into the map. And, yeah. So, cool. Pretty cool. Now, Season 6, S+, I guess. Now, this is kind of because maybe it deserves it, I don't know, but maybe it does. I'm just saying this, like, we got the cube, right, and I just thought, like, the whole Halloween vibe, it was so fun. The whole shadow stone things, you could turn into, like, spoopy shadow ghosts, that was amazing. And just me loving, like, that kind of thing. I mean, I couldn't really not just love this season. We also got Fortnite mares, which I know a lot of people really didn't like back then. But But I still loved it. The zombies around the map, that just made it really fun, I think. And the whole loot and shield you get. We also got Tomato Temple, which is actually no, that came in season 5. But I do miss Tomato Temple. That was a really good location, I think. And we got the 6-shooter. We also got epic and legendary pumps. It was cool. It was cool. Also, we had the second ever live event, which is when the cube exploded, and we went into the in-between world, and it was also the first ever live map change they ever did. Just straight patched a new location into the game while the servers were online, which I don't think they've done that again since then. I mean, maybe in Chapter 2, Season 6, I guess you could say they put the Spire in mid-game. But other than that, I don't think they've done that again. Yeah, I don't know. Season 7, I think this also deserves an S+. I was so excited for snow to be in the game. This is our second new biome, the snow area. And just the Christmas feels, it was really nice. And we also got planes. Again, a lot of people hated planes, but I think it was one of the most fun things they ever added. And I wish they'd bring back the planes. They were fun. Like all the big fights in the sky you could have. Just like flying down on people, gunning them down. Even though the gun on the plane was pretty much useless. Like, that was the thing I feel like people complained about the most, was the gun. Once they made it so you couldn't ram into buildings with the plane, everyone started complaining about the gun. But I swear the gun was useless. It very rarely ever actually hit its target, and even when it did, it only did 30 damage. So the only thing the gun was really good for on the plane was destroying other planes. But yeah, enough talk about the planes. As well as that, we got the Infinity Blade, which was our first ever mythic weapon. The Infinity Blade, I already said this, I think on my last video. I think it's a cool idea, but I don't like how they executed it. Like, there was only one on the whole map, which meant everyone was trying to go to one location every game. Everyone would die. You had to drop your whole inventory to have it. You also you couldn't even carry healing items while you had it. Also, you had to spend like 5 whole seconds just holding down whatever button you used to pick things up, which meant you could just easily get destroyed by someone else standing there. It was in the exact same place every time, in the same location. It was just not very good. Also, the fact that it was the only melee weapon on the whole map, other than, well, your pickaxe, which isn't viable to use, meant you couldn't have like duels of it, which is kind of boring. So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Infinity Blade. It was a cool idea though. We did have, we also had the Christmas event this season, which is really nice. We got the decorations everywhere, which is cool. We also got the first ever like triple skin pack, Frozen Legends. Now, back in Season 4, I missed when they re-released the Red Knight. I kept missing whenever they released it. So when I saw this, and I saw they had the Frozen Red Knight in it, I was real happy. Got that on Christmas Day, after waking up to seeing the whole map was snowy, which is really nice. I ran around in the forest with my Frozen Red Knight. As well as that, we also basically had Fortnite again, but with ice zombies, which people complained about again, but I liked it again. It was cool. We also had, oh yeah, that came with the event. And I think that's all I can say about Season 7. Season 8? Where do I put this? I guess A? We got a free battle pass, which is cool. You had to challenge us the season before this to get it, and it was. We also got a jungle biome, which was nice. Though out of the 3 biomes, the jungle might have been my least favourite. We got cannons, which were just shopping carts, but you could shoot with them, which are cool, but not my favourite vehicle they've ever added. During this time as well, in the during the first few weeks of Season 8, we also had Siphon, and we actually had that during the last few weeks of Season 7 as well as the infantry rifle, which is amazing. I did love Siphon in public modes, but I think the controversy that kind of started when they removed it was really dumb. Like, people would not stop spamming revert, and it was so annoying. And yeah, I do miss Siphon in like regular games, but we played with it for like every single season before that, so it wasn't a big deal when they removed it. We also had the unvaulting event, which I didn't get into because the game thought it'd be funny to crash. Like, this happens to quite a lot of people, but they got in the game, the timer counted down, hit 0, and the event just didn't happen. But it was a cool event. We got to vote to unvault something, which is cool. We got to see the in-between. It's also when we first saw the 0 point. And also that's when Tilted actually got destroyed, which is crazy to see. And just the effects of it, just seeing the volcanic destruction was so cool. And like, for the last few days of Season 8 after that, the event, like, the sky was just full of ash and fiery, and it looked really cool. And, like, the locations were all burning, and oh, it was cool. I wonder how many times I'm going to say that in this video. The drum gun. Now, I actually started to give into the meta when the drum gun came back this time around, and I actually started to really enjoy the drum gun. But later in Season 9 they nerfed it, and it just wasn't really fun anymore. So yeah. But for those few weeks it was a great gun. I did start to like the drum gun. Season 9. This has got to go in either S or S+. Yeah, well, I'll put it in S+ for now. We got the monster event, which was amazing. That was such a good event. Jeez, like, and it also kind of caused the end of the whole island and the end of the Chapter 1 map, because if the robot didn't pull the 0 point from the vault, then, well, none of Chapter 2 would have happened. But the Devourer was punching the vault when he got out of the water, which made me think he was going for the 0 point as well, so I guess the robot didn't have much of a choice. We also had the combat shot. Oh yeah, the weapons this season I really liked. I really liked all the stuff they added. Combat shotgun. Now I really like the combat shotgun. That was really cool to like. It was really fresh. This was the first time they had ever vaulted the pump. Since then, we've seen the pump vaulted like 3 times other than this. And I never thought they were going to vault the pump. That was kind of shocking when they vaulted the pump. But yeah, the combat shotgun, I didn't really like it at first, but it ended up being a really like fresh weapon. Just made the game fresh, and it was cool. Having a shotgun that had actual range on it, it was a nice weapon. We also had the burst SMG, which was a lot of people didn't like it, but that weapon was real underrated. Like a burst of 4 shots at a time with still a pretty high fire rate. It was good. Burst SMG was a good weapon. We had the drum shotgun, which, while it wasn't that great of a shotgun, it was fun, so I got to give it that. We had the storm flip, a unique item, which was a cool idea, but I didn't end up using the storm flip that much. Chug Splashes, that was a cool. Chug Splashes were nice. Proximity Launcher. That was the only weapon that was added this season I didn't really like. It was real confusing, I don't know why. But Proximity Launcher I didn't like too much. And oh yeah, we also got the epic and legendary revolver, which is nice. I think that's all we got for items this season. Yeah, I think so. We also had the summer event, that was a really great event because we had, not only did we get free rewards like we did for the season 7 event, but we also had an unvaulted item every day and also different challenges. No, different LTMs. Yeah. So that was cool. Season X. The weirdest season, maybe, kind of. Now at the time, I didn't see anyone who liked this season, but I'm gonna give it... I don't know what I'm gonna give it. S, maybe. We had the brute, right? That was the main, like, problem most people have with the season. Again, I think it was a great idea. Having a mech, that's fun. But even for my liking, they made it a bit too OP. And yeah. And for me, who's a solo player, one thing that most of the time I play solos, which made the mech a little bit less fun for me, because you know, you had the mech worked basically 2 seats. It actually kind of required 2 people to operate it fully, unless you just wanted to hop in and out of the different seats. But yeah, it was a fun idea. And now you can't even use them in creative, which is pretty sad. So they're completely gone from the game. Hopefully they'll come back at some point, in creative at least. But this time, a little bit nerfed down. Though actually, the leaks for next season I've talked about have said there are going to be some kind of mech. There is going to be some kind of mech in the game. So yeah, I wonder how that will go down. Will it be a different one, or will it be the same one? I don't know. We also got in this season the rift zones, which I think are a really nice idea. To actually have the gameplay change up every different location you're in is nice. First one we had was Tilted Town, I think, which was no building, no breaking, and you could find like Wild West type weapons there. And it looks cool. I'm kind of sad we didn't get a Wild West location during season 5 though, in the desert area. But yeah, Tilted Town, it was cool. Then we got Retail Row, which was just, well, Retail Row, except with zombies, which was, I mean, it was cool to have zombies back, because I think they were fun, but it looked exactly the same. I'll throw up a picture of this, but there was a loading screen they released during Season X, I think, where they showed Retail Row, and it looked all apocalyptic, and they actually changed how it looked. If they had actually changed how the location looked and added zombies, then it would have been a much cooler location. We also had Greasy Grove, which was changed into a taco area, and around every minute or so, it forced you to do a taco dance thing, and also rain tacos from the sky. So that was cool. A lot of people hated that though, but I think that was kind of funny. It was very weird though. We also had Gotham City. Yeah, Gotham City. I think Gotham City was the first ever collab location. Yeah, no. The Borderlands area was. Yeah, we also had Pandora, which I forgot what the thing about that was. I think Pandora regenerated your shields, but I can't really remember. And it also made the whole area look like a comic, which is nice. Yeah, Gotham City gave you glider redeploy wherever you were in it, and there were also 2 mythic weapons you could find, which are the Batarang and the thingy, the Batman grappler. So yeah. And what was the other rift? Oh, Moisty Palms. Again, cool idea. I really like the fusion of Paradise and Moisty Maya, but why did they make it so that the button to turn into a prop was crouch? That was just so annoying. You couldn't crouch, otherwise you'd turn into like a chair or something. So yeah. And I think that was all the rift zones. As well as this, we had the end event, and yeah, very sad event, but it was amazing. I just think they dragged on the black hole a bit too long, but it was a really cool event. And just as I'm happy I got to see the island go out in an epic explosion of like interdimensional matter and stars and whatever it may be. Now chapter 2 season 1. We got in the, I'll put chapter 2 season 1 in A. Now at first, right, here's my problem with the season. At first it was so amazing to have a new map. It was really hype, and something I really like about this season is they just added a lot of little small things that made the game just a little bit better, right? They like, you could hide in stacks of hay and in trash cans and in porta potties. They made it so when you shoot gas pumps, they actually explode. They also added fishing. It was cool. And also ambience in different locations. Like, if you're in like a little, like in an area like Holly Hedges, you'd hear dogs barking. In the woods, you'd hear owls. It was nice. But the problem with this season is that they basically took everything except all the really basic stuff we've known for ages out of the loot pool, which at first it was interesting to kind of go back to having a simple loot pool, but then they basically just left us without updates for most of the season, and it was a very long season. It lasted until like October 16th or something to February 20th. Pretty much all without any significant updates. There were only like 2 or 3 updates that I can really remember. Those updates were good, but it just got stale. We had Fortnite 2019 this season, which was cool, but it didn't last that long. It lasted like less than a week or something, which is sad. But it had the Storm King boss, which was fun, and also zombie jump scares. And also some really cool Halloween skins. And it also had the Winterfest event, which was also really amazing. Like, we got the tactical AR back for a short amount of time. We had the Winterfest cabin, which was really nice. We had some snow on the islands, we had snowstorms, we had an unvaulted weapon every day, and we even got free skins. It was a great event. Decorations came back, map changes, yeah, it was nice. So, season 2, where do I put season 2? I say I put it in S. If, again, the season had more updates than season 1, but, like, the main thing I loved about this season was the different locations they added. Though I wish they'd add this type of location again, where it's like there's guards everywhere and there's a vault. I mean, they do have one right now, but it's not the same. Like, there's no vault or anything, but there was like this whole infiltration type area where you could avoid the guards, you could get past security. Where you could either crawl through the vents and be stealthy, or you could just take down all the guards and stuff, and then you could take down a boss and you could get in a vault. It was such a cool idea for a location, and there are about 4 or 5 of these types of locations around the map. They were all really cool. But yeah, We also, this is also when they reintroduced mythics to the like core game modes. I mean, we did have mythics briefly in Season X of the Batman things, but yeah. We had the mythic drum gun, and jeez, that gun was one of the most powerful weapons we've ever seen in the game to this day. I loved that thing. It was so good. We had the mythic minigun. Love that. The only mythic I didn't really like in this season was the whole whatever it was. Oh yeah, the TNT in a bow. I mean, it was good. It didn't compare to the other mythics though. We also got helicopters in this season, which is amazing. We got the device event, which is great. We were introduced to IO. The story was quite interesting to see, like, Midas building this device, and we didn't know why he was doing it and what it was going to be used for. And other than that, I think that's all I got to say. Oh yeah, the reason I'm putting in S and not S plus is because again, it was way too long. It got extended a lot, like chapter 2 season 1, which made it drag on a bit too long. But yeah, and also there still wasn't that many updates in between in between season 2 and season 3, but it was more than chapter 1 season 1 got, so that's something. Season 3 chapter 2 you know, I'm gonna put this in. I think chapter 2 season 3 only deserves A. I really like the battle pass this season. Kit, Eternal Night, Jules, Fade, good skins. We also got sharks, our first wildlife, and that's really fun. I like the sharks, though you don't see them that much these days. They're quite rare now, and the sharks are fun. Now, the beginning of the season was really interesting. Like, the whole map was just, pretty much everything was just underwater. We've never really seen a map like this before, and it was just interesting to see, you know? But the thing is, they just drained it. Every single week, they drained the map, and the flooded map didn't really last that long. And other than that, there weren't really many updates, like anything. I mean, we got cars. The cars were great. Like, we got Coral Castle, which is cool, but they could have made that location a bit better. What else was there? I don't really remember. We had the flare gun. Yeah, the flare gun. That was good. I like the flare gun. We also had the mythic burst. We had the infinite chug. Some cool things there. But other than that, I think it only does. Yeah, this is why I think it only deserves A. I don't remember too. It wasn't the best season, but it was still good. Yeah, just like every other season, it just wasn't one of the best. Chapter 2, season 4. Now, this was weird. This season was fully like dedicated to collabs, pretty much, which it was good, right? Again, like every other season, it was good, but I just did not like that it was pretty much fully dedicated to Marvel, nothing else. The only original content we got that wasn't, you know, about Marvel was Fortnite Nightmares, and that was an amazing update. Fortnite Nightmares 2020 was incredible. Now, the Marvel updates were good. It's just I didn't like it, like that every single update was just Marvel. So we had superpowers. Superpowers were amazing. I wish we had more like superpower type things in the game now. Hopefully next season we'll get some things like that. But yeah, superpowers are fun. We also got Stark Industries. We also had the Stark rifle, which is a great weapon. We also had the Galactus event, which was amazing. We had the whatever they were, the Gorger robots, which were fun to fight. We had Fortnite Mez, as I mentioned, best update. That's some of the most fun I've ever had playing the game. Yeah, I'd say. You see, I don't want to put it in A, but I also don't know if I want to put it in S or not. I think A, only just. If there were more than one update that wasn't just Marvel stuff, then I would have put it in S probably. Chapter 2, Season 5. Unpopular opinion here, but I'm going to put it in S+. Now, a lot of people say this season was really, like, boring. I don't get it. We had a new biome on the map, which I think this season... No, Season 4 was the first time we had a new biome on the new map. But we had this really cool desert area leaking from the 0 point of crystal. It was just a crystal desert with, like, you could basically, those crystals basically let you become Tracer from Overwatch. So that was really fun. We had the butter barn. The butter barn, like, oh, missed the place. We also got more lore surrounding the IO. That's kind of when they really revealed themselves. They came out, we got IO guards, which a lot of people didn't like, but again, I really liked the IO guards. They had sick music when you were fighting them, and yeah. And also the tactical AR, and which I somehow forgot to mention when I was talking about Season 9. How did I forget about that? That is one of my favourite weapons they've ever added. You can just use it as an SMG and an AR. It's a really great weapon. Plus the reload animation is pretty cool. I don't like the sound effects that much though. Speaking of sound effects, they made the heavy AR this season sound really nice. So we also got loads of collabs this season, but it wasn't just Marvel. It was from loads of different things. It was cool to see all these different like movies, games, and all that come into Fortnite. The 0 point was exposed this season. We also had bounty hunting, which is a really nice feature. We have gold. This is when they added gold, which is also a really cool feature, and NPCs. I mean, we did have NPCs before this, but the only NPCs that on the island were just they were all aggressive ones. They didn't really do anything else other than just fight you. But this season they introduced NPCs that do things other than just fight you. Like you can buy stuff from them, you can do jobs for them to get gold. So that's a really nice feature. We also got the lever action shotgun. Cool weapon. I didn't like it back then. I mean, I used it because I thought it was fun, because it has an awesome animation, and it's just a really cool Wild West type weapon. We also got the lever action rifle, which I really like. We also had the Christmas event, which was a bit disappointing that year, because we didn't even really get much snow on the map. We did have planes back, and I gotta say, having planes back really made it feel more like a Fortnite Christmas. So I gotta praise the Christmas event for doing that. Though they did make them require fuel, which is a bit ridiculous. Although it does make sense, but it was annoying. We also had, we had Menace in the Battle Pass. Really loved Menace. And what else should I say about this season? I don't know. I think that's all I can say about this season. But it was great. Season 6. Where to put this? A maybe. A. Yeah, why not A? I mean, here's the thing, right? Season 6, like, I don't know, I didn't enjoy the weapons at first, but I did learn to quite like them. The bows are really cool. I actually did like the bows from the very start. I wish they'd kept, like, at least a mechanical bow in the game this season, because the bows were just interesting, right? And having them have different abilities was fun. The mythics this season were a bit, weren't very interesting though. We got the recycler this season, we got wildlife, which, well, we hadn't seen 3, but we have more than just one animal now. They added chickens, they added wolves, they added boars, they added raptors, they added frogs. It was a nice feature. It's not very useful anymore because you don't need them to craft things anymore. So you don't need to hunt animals to craft anymore. But it's still just nice to see animals roaming the island. It makes it feel more alive, you know? We also had the primal biome, which is cool. Like, it was autumn. Like, it was like an autumn-like biome. And I hope that's what they do with next season. They make the whole map autumny for, like, Halloween. That'd be really cool. We got bones all around the island. They added crafting for the first time, which is a nice idea. But they didn't exactly implement it as well as they could have done. I feel like you should have been able to, upgrade your weapon as well as just craft it into something else. And I feel like there wasn't enough mechanical parts on the map as well. This season also had the Zero Crisis event, which is really good. Like, when you logged into it, instead of it just being a live event, it just happened whenever you first logged into the season. And it had a really cool trailer where loads of voice acting, which is new for Fortnite trailers, because the loop was only just started to break down enough for people to be able to actually talk in it. So, and also the fact we finally got to see another member of the 7. First time since season X we got to see a new member of the 7. The Foundation is just, the Foundation's just badass, let's be honest. The guy literally held the core of the whole multiverse together with his hands to save it, while, like, using telekinesis or something to, like, enclose it in so it wouldn't destroy everything. That was amazing. What else? We got the recycler this season, we got the chonker tires. So, yeah. Pretty good, but I would say it's not as good as Season 7 of Chapter 2, which we're in right now. You know what? I'm going to put S for the season we're in now. Like, we got... Right, so the weapons this season, that's one of my favourite things, right? I've been... Ever since I played Save the World for the first time during Chapter 1, Season 3, I've always been wanting them to add, like, futuristic kind of laser weapons, because they've had them in Save the World since the beginning, really. We didn't get any weapons from Save the World, but we did get, like, new unique ones. We got the railgun, love that thing. We got the ray gun, pretty good weapon as well. The pulse rifle, which wasn't that great at first, but now it is a great weapon now. They buffed it to have the same bonus damage you get while ADSing as you get from the start rifle. We also have UFOs, which I was kind of surprised to see that they actually made UFOs a vehicle. I don't know why I was surprised, because, you know, Fortnite's full of crazy stuff. And the alien theme, which I'm really into, you know. Makes it cooler. The only reason I think I put it in S instead of S+, is because of two things. The summer event wasn't that good, and they also didn't do that many map changes this season. Like, I would have expected more map changes from this season. Like, it would have been cool if there were alien bases on the ground, you know. And what I was hoping for is that they wouldn't destroy the spire, and instead they'd knock down all the primal buildings and like build a high-tech city, kind of like Neo Tilted, around the spire, and they start harvesting the energy from the spire. That would be really cool, but that didn't happen. We've also got more lore on IO this season, like with the imposters LTM. So it's been a nice season. What else have we got? We've got the plasma cannon. I didn't mention that. A nice weapon, but I never use it because I have a bit. I just can't deal with weapons that you only get a limited amount of shots with and then they're just gone. I hate that. I wish instead they'd make it like the recon scanner, where you don't pick up ammo for it, but instead you shoot it and then it slowly recharges the ammo on its own. Then I would use the plasma cannon quite a lot if they did that. But I've barely used it because of that, but it is a fun idea for a weapon. We also got the recon scanner, as I just said. I didn't mention that. A nice item is quite nice. You shoot it and it shows you the intel about the area. Like, it shows you where chests and ammo boxes and NPCs and players are, and it recharges over time, so you don't just lose it after you've used your shots. We also got the Gravitron. Now the Gravitron, I haven't used it that much, but it is a cool idea again. We also have alien nanites, which are cool. Throw them down, you get a basic, pretty much like absolutely no gravity, and you can kind of like fly around in them. It's quite different from the low gravity we've seen before in the game. You can also use alien nanites to craft high-tech weapons. We also had we have an alien biome. It's quite small, but in the centre of the island and a few places around it, we do have an alien biome, which is nice. We have parasites, which is I do like the parasites. It's interesting to have like a trade-off, because you lose 75, you lose like 25% of your maximum health, because if you go over 75 health, the parasite will just eat it. But in exchange for that, you get a speed boost and a jump boost, and also if you get hit in the head, the parasite will take the damage for you. So if you get sniped, you're going to be fine. This is the hit to the body. So yeah, and in just less than a week, we're getting the Operation Skyfire event. Fortnite's been one of my favourite games since I first played it, I guess. It's really been cool to like be a bit, since like pretty much the beginning of Battle Royale. It's been around before Battle Royale, but yeah. And I've just seen it grow, and it's been so cool. And it's going to become even better because we're getting straight up mods and creative soon. The game's going to become a whole platform where it's just all these different creators and all these different like games and movies and other things can just come together and just make an ultimate game, you know? So that's what I've got to say about all this so far. See you in Season 8 probably. I don't know if I'm going to be making another video before then. Hopefully I will. But thanks for watching. Like and sub if you enjoyed. And see ya soon, I guess.